They are doing some things that I enjoy over there in Walt Disney World. The problem is the things that they're doing that I like are only for a limited time for some weird, stupid reason. Much like our next story. The BDX Droids have begun their limited run at Walt Disney World Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but it is only a limited run. This comes to us from writer Cham Lee, who's doing a great job over there on that park place, covering all things theme park. So Walt Disney World has launched a limited time offering in its Hollywood Studios park with the arrival of BDX Droids in Galaxy's Edge. These small free-roaming robots began making appearances on July 16th and will continue through August the 30th. Now, the droids, known internally as BDX units, represent a new form of character integration in Disney parks. This is part of the Living Character Initiative, and they're adorable. It stands for Bipedal Dynamic Experiment, and the droids were developed by Disney Imagineering's Living Character Initiative. The purpose is to bring believable mobile characters into the parks using advanced robotics and AI-driven behaviors. Yeah. These knee-high droids walk on two legs and show a range of emotional cues through body language, unlike static figures or remote control robots. They observe and they react to guests nearby. There is some puppeteering going on behind the scenes, but also there is when it rains, guys, we have to very quickly cover up the droids in garbage bags because they can't get wet.
Yeah, I was that is the most amusing part about this entire story, is because you get this California mindset in which, let's go ahead and debut these droids on the West Coast, and everything works out well because, California hardly gets any rain, and then you debut them on the East Coast, and that's a whole different story, kind of like how Imagineering installs things for the parks, actually. But go ahead.
Can I bring everybody up to speed on what these were originally going to be?
Please.
Miniature characters like Donald Duck and things like that. These were originally going to be part of everyday life, especially in the Southern California parks. They've been underdeveloped for over 8 years now. I think it's closer to 9. And, so you would have had waddling characters that would have been realistic and would have been, not all this open, armature out there that makes it so that if it does rain, they're doomed. So it's just this is a very bad idea. This was always going to be a bad idea, and they should have just been used on a regular like parade kind of a route, and they should have been used as they were going to be used. But this is, again, I mean, for as long as this has been a concept, I always knew this was going to be a disaster. They had a better shot at giving us our own Bantha ride around the external pathways of Galaxy's Edge, which would have made use of all that scaffolding that nobody uses, and it was, completely chopped off in various places. I would have loved to have had that ride. And again, it's the difference between old Imagineering and new. New wants to give you the least possible for you to go, that's cute. And now Imagineering, it's just a shade of its former self. I don't know. I could keep rattling on forever about it, but
these are cute though.
They are, sure, and they were great as Donald Duck and
I like the. So I'm currently actually replaying the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games, which these are modeled after BD1, the droid in that game. So yeah, I mean, I like these. I don't understand why limited time. Why not just make this a part of the experience? It's popular. It's a thing that can actually like make people happy in Galaxy's Edge. Like, come on, man. Like Walt Disney World's Galaxy's Edge gets nothing.
It's crazy because this really should be an ongoing feature. I mean, these things have been part of Disneyland for, I think, almost a number of years now. And I visited the parks when these things have made their debut, and I still have never seen them. Why? Because they're never out. And even with Walt Disney World's version of these, I know the hours are extremely limited. Let me see if I can go ahead and bring these up, but they're only out even for a couple hours a day. Here you go. From Scott Gooston here, actually, on X, talking about this. I'll go ahead and read it off to you. I'll have to share my screen. Starting today through August 30th, the BDX droids will be at Walt Disney World in several areas of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They will make appearances Tuesday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. And the reason why they're segmenting those out in the way that they are is because they're going to be out there for less than an hour at the times listed right there. And it's like, why are you giving us these robots here that should have been part of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from the very beginning in such limited quantities, in such limited hours? It really affects people being able to see these at all.
It's the same reason people don't buy Teslas. It's range anxiety.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean, you can't go very far without charging them up, and the problem
Yes,
is
you can.
okay.
Well,
happen
but
to-
can't you have maybe 8 or something like that, in which now you have 2 out going around, and they go back, and you have 2 more, and then you have 2 more, that kind of thing.
Wouldn't it be great if they didn't rely on puppeteering skills and were actually, able to monitor and drive themselves and walk back to their charging station to be replaced by another? Wouldn't that be spectacular?
At the South by Southwest conference, actually, Culture, they did talk about how these are far more autonomous than they ever have been, and that they modeled out 1,000 of them at a time, and then they had them interact amongst each other, and they incorporated that programming into these in order to be more autonomous.
Could you imagine 1,000 of them?
Disney, there's no way Disney would okay 1,000 of these things being created, which is unfortunate. But
look, we've gone from Disney having an authentic Chinese junk in the Polynesian resort in the 70s to having a mass manufactured bunch of Chinese junk that only lasts for an hour at a time.
Yeah, that's true. It's just, I don't know. I'm really frustrated in seeing these all the time, only because the company, at every single moment they put this on the shareholders meeting, okay, with Bob Iger interacting with them.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Giamaro has them at his side every single time he goes out to, whether it be a South by Southwest or a D23 conference or whatever. We've just seen these a number of times, and it's a showcase of apparently Imagineering's research and development, right? They're so imaginative they can come up with this stuff. But these are kind of old hat by this time, and we've seen them incorporated in Star Wars, not just Galaxy's Edge, but in Star Wars media and so forth. It's just kind of we've been there, we've done that. Can we get these on a more ongoing basis in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? And can we get more living character initiative stuff for these, what are essentially dead lands? Otherwise, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, the living character initiative, I mean, we had things in the past that, pretty much everything the living character initiative rolls out, they take away. We had the talking Mickey in Magic Kingdom for so long, they took that away. We originally had a version of it that actually worked through a microphone. They took that away. We had the version that did the pre-recorded lines. They took that away. We had the Muppet Mobile Lab. They took that away. Everything that this initiative, Lucky the Dinosaur took that away. Everything that this initiative makes gets taken away. So I have no faith that anything produced by the Living Character Initiative will ever get a large-scale rollout.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.